Welcome to Commission Conversations. I'm John Lux. I'm the Executive Director of Film Florida. Today, our guest is new Film Florida President and Film Commissioner from the Destin-Fort Walton Beach Film Commission, Gail Morgan. Thanks for being on with us today, Gail.
Thank you for having me, John. I love that beautiful backdrop behind you.
Put it up just for you. So since we're dealing with the coronavirus pandemic still, generally speaking, overall, how are things going in Okaloosa County?
Well, everybody's permitting again, and there are shoots happening. We started shooting in May, but there were also, we have locals that continue to work through the pandemic, that work for large automotive corporations and have their own studios, and they just continue to work. So we've had a lot of, variations of shooting in Okaloosa County through the pandemic.
And for those, oh, sorry, go ahead.
For the permitting, we don't have a blanket countywide permit. We permit by location. So if it's a county location that needs a permit, we permit. If it's a city of Destin location that needs a permit, we permit. If a federal location that needs a permit. So in other words, but all those entities are open now to permit.
So Northwest Florida, and specifically Destin and Fort Walton Beach, that area specifically, is beautiful for those who haven't been there. But it has a completely different look than, say, Central Florida or Tampa St. Pete or even South Florida. So take a minute and just talk a little bit about the area in general and some of the highlights of filming there.
Well, first of all, it's very film friendly. And our biggest caveat is family friendly. What we want to film here, we want it to be family friendly. So there's a lot of diversity in Okaloosa County. I mean, what we're famous for are our sugar white sand and our waters that you can see behind you. And, but we also have farmland, rivers, forest. We have a great deal of diversity in this county. We have three Air Force bases, or three bases, 2 Air Force, and then Duke Field, which houses the 7th Special Forces. And, there's a lot that people don't know. Like there's 3 state parks in Okaloosa County: Blackwater River State Park, Rocky Bayou State Park, and Henderson Beach State Park. Then we have Gulf Islands National Seashore in Okaloosa County. Okaloosa County is crammed full. Like, as I was looking over my notes for this, I thought, my goodness, we have so much here to offer. And a lot of people don't know that.
And given that, what are some of your favorite locations or some of the most popular that people come specifically to that area for?
Well, the most popular would be the beaches, Destin and Fort Walton Beach, particularly that shot of the harbor where you are right now. And we have in the harbor, the largest commercial fishing fleet in North America. And then we have Fort Walton Beach, which is like a quaint small town, very magical small town, so I would say that those are the most popular, and also Henderson Beach State Park, which is right next to the Destin Harbor. But a lot of leads we get are for farmland and, the rural part of the county. And I think my most favorite places are up in the northern part of the county. I grew up here and spent a lot of time, excuse me, up in the northern part of the county. And there's just something, very refreshing about the land up there. And then also some of my other favorites are some of the local homes in Destin. We have some really beautiful homes where we've shot, exquisite homes. And Henderson Beach State Park is another one of my favorite. There's so much variety there. Like you can shoot the beach, but you can also shoot like you're in the woods or in the forest because it's a campground area. We've shot car commercials there, on the road that spans the pavilions in the park. It's just, there's just so much. There's too much to name, really. So.
Well, Gail, you've been a longtime loyal member of Film Florida. And the last 3 years, you've been on the executive board as the first vice president, and now you're the new president. So talk a little bit about your journey and what it means to you to take over as president of the organization.
So I've been working as film commissioner for approximately 10 years. And a couple of years into that, I got very engaged with Film Florida. And 5 years ago became the chair of the Film Commission Council. And quite frankly, I had no intention of taking any leadership responsibility, but I was still learning the ropes as a film commissioner, and found that was very rewarding to work with the film commissioners around the state and to help grow and develop leadership. And then 3 years ago, I became first vice president and have had the opportunity and the privilege to support Bonnie King, our current president, who grew up in Fort Walton Beach, I might add, and to learn and grow even more, in leadership. And it means a lot more to me because we've never had anyone from Okaloosa County serve in leadership in Film Florida. We never had, so this is a first for our region. So, number one, I would definitely like to make Okaloosa County proud. And I just think that it's a really great opportunity, even though we're in difficult times right now, different times. We've never been in a pandemic before. We've never had a pandemic. So hopefully I'll be able to bring a lot to the table in terms of helping the members of Film Florida, because first and foremost, I feel like the production community throughout the state is our most valuable asset. And, we really need to take care of them. And I think that right now, that should be our number one priority, is their safety and their health on productions. And of course, Film Florida has done a lot to work in that direction with issuing the recommended guidelines for healthy and safe production sets. But just working with them one-on-one when they're going into production situations, I've already had the opportunity to do that with some of our local ones, to make sure they have what they need. If they have any questions, about the production company or what they're asking them to do. So I think that is number one, my number one responsibility. And also to grow our membership. Right now is a critical time. I do believe this is an opportunity for us to grow and to have extraordinary results, even though the circumstances would say otherwise, but as long as we continue to grow our membership, then we can do more and to support them, and more towards our legislative efforts, which, are also a priority, to make sure that we get that, targeted grant rebate program passed so we can bring production back to the state of Florida, which right now would be a really great time to do that, since, Florida has tourism numbers down, and, what better time to have, something to offer people who want to come here, who are lined up to come here to shoot, to help increase the state's revenues.
Well, Gail, congratulations on being elected the new president. And I really appreciate you taking some time today to talk to us about the Destin-Fort Walton Beach area. And I obviously look forward to working with you over the next 2 years, hopefully.
Thank you. Thank you, John. Thank you so much.